Hey guys, so question I get relatively often, now it's coming up more and more, why Orgonite is not enough. I don't have proof for this. This is my opinion personally, and it's because it's based on theory. It's in my opinion, I don't personally care how strong Orgonite is. It's good. Everybody should do all of these things, have all of these devices that help protect us and all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't fix the problem. That doesn't stop the problem, right? The problem is that there are these things radiating this crazy energy, right? So the problem is the thing itself. So sure, we can put Orgonite on every single tower, and believe me, it wouldn't take that long. There's 1,100 people following this account pretty solidly, and that's growing. And if anybody knows anything about network marketing, this thing could spread easy. We could put Orgonite on every tower easy. We could accomplish that within 1 year. But they're still building towers. They're still putting these things everywhere. I want to stop this, right? This is one part of the problem. The problem, we have all these things polluting us, and we have a system that it doesn't promote good or bad. It's the people within it, and it's gone crazy over the last hundreds of years. And this is as we've developed the capability to harm ourselves even more in the process, put even more toxic things in our environment. So we want to stop this whole thing. It's like we have other problems as well. I'm in the health business. I have a problem with gluten, right? And among other things, oils and these deep fried food, these kind of things. The goal in my mind is not to just teach people to be healthy and to avoid those things. The goal is to stop having that. This is a society that we're all a part of, and it's like, what are we spending our money on? We're spending this crazy amount of money on all this, growing this food to create this junk food that kills people. And in Canada, they also have a tax system and a health system to pay for that, which is largely caused by that food system that we also pay for. We have these inefficient energy production systems, and all this whole thing. Basically, we need to take control of our society. And the idea here to start this conversation is to get rid of the towers. And I see this as a buyer's decision here. Basically, check out all these towers that are coming on the buildings, right? This is a big thing. They want them on buildings because these pads, these new ones, supposedly have a hard time going through stuff. So they want to put them everywhere, right? So there's less obstacles. Now they go and they pay people who own buildings, landlords, owners, whatever. Often companies own these buildings, and they'll pay you a rent to put these towers on, or put these pads on your building, right? Now that is great for the landlord. It's a great deal, especially when they don't live there. But if whoever was paying them the rent just said, no, I'm not going to pay you rent to live under a tower. Everyone, stop doing that. All right? The landlord doesn't have enough money. The towers don't pay for the building. They don't pay the rent, right? The businesses. A lot of these towers are on banks and hotels and stuff. That stuff is easy to say. I'm going to stop doing business with this institution completely. All right? The banks are less easy, but every other building, I would move. People are like, oh, I just can't move. Well, people also say in my business, well, I can't supplement or something. Our response is, you're going to die then. This is your life. We have to take control of this. The situation is so serious out there. The water is so polluted. Are you crazy? I wouldn't drink tap water here. No way, right? Oh, filter's expensive. So's dying, right? I'm in this life to live and to win, and it costs money to buy these things that help us escape these poisons that we're paid for to be in our system, right? So this is the key. I don't pay for tap water. I don't pay hydro bill at all. Obviously, we can't just boycott the government. I'm not even saying the government's a bad thing. I don't think it matters. And I don't think the people in it matter at all. I think the people, us, the millions of people, the hundreds and thousands of people that follow these woke accounts, we can make the difference. And the reality is that the unwoke are not gonna make it. This world has become so bad that the average person is not going to make it. I mean, again, you can say that that sounds dramatic or anything. I've been in this alternative health world too long. You know, I know what's going on out there. It's bad. I don't see the next generation surviving it unless we do something serious. So this is up to us, right? And what that means is I'm willing to live for revolution, not die for it, not fight for it, right? I don't want to go head to head again in health. Like, I mean, if there's a problem, the appendix, I don't want to go and take out the appendix, right? I don't want to fight this. I don't want to knock trees down. I want to focus on the solution, and I want to see these towers just wither, and I want to see the buildings that are hosting these pads go out of business. I want to see them vacate. I want to see areas that are heavily padded look like Detroit or parts of my city here, Windsor, abandoned, right? I want to see that happen, and I want to see us actually take control of that, and that's us. And there may not be that many of us, but guess what? My friends don't support these industries. My good friends, right? They understand what's going on in the world. They don't support the evils of this world financially, right? We use our dollars for positive, what we think are positive things we need for survival, and businesses that are going in the correct direction, right? But this also means, you know, our kids are going to be raised with this, and they're going to be raised in an environment where they have a far better ability to combat these toxins. Because guess what? I asked a lot of people that I really respect at the Health Expo last weekend in Toronto. People come from all over, big names too. Their primary thing was saying you do have to protect yourself, but it's far deeper than wearing a piece of shungite or Orgonite or anything. It's completely, you know, taking catalog of what you're putting in your body, water, food, supplements, right? How you're spending your money, it's who you're spending your time with, all these things. And a lot of people were like, yeah, I'm doing that. Well, I don't know, you know, do you have a job, right? What kind of bills do you really have? Are you on 5G, right? I'm on 3G and it's slower, and I have a cable here in the house. That's what I can do right now, right? I live nowhere near a tower. It's actually, I think, as far away in a city, as far away from a tower as that really possibly can be. You know, you can not eat the poisons. You can give your body what it needs, what it would get in the best of all possible natural environments. And you know, we can take the towers down just by not supporting it. And this isn't a next year kind of thing. This is a long term. This is a lifestyle kind of thing. And the people, there's a lot of drama, you know, in this world right now. People are saying, you know, crazy things are going to happen or whatever. Well, again, I just see the 5G as like the last straw, really. And it's not, I don't think it's going to blow up people's blood vessels and stuff. But believe me, people are sick from it. And believe me, people are already sick anyways. So I don't care if you're in the country and you're far away from everything. I know plenty of people in the country. I spend a lot of time in Toronto, California. You want to see some sick people out in the middle of nowhere, right? You can do that. Like, that's a whole different fight. I mean, a lot of them are not going to make it anyways. It's our job to wake people up. And it's not comfortable and all this stuff. So, I mean, this goes to Orgonite. The question was about Orgonite. It's because this is way bigger than Orgonite. This is way bigger than actually stopping the towers. Even if you had a device that guaranteed completely neutralized it, there's still the problem there. The towers is a symbol. It's not just the radiation that's the problem. It's the fact that they're able to exist. And it's the fact that the populations are not able to escape all of this. And it is the last straw for me. It means that places that I considered safe, I mean, we have property, I don't own, we have property. We know about properties way out here. You know, people are living way out in the middle of nowhere, and guess what? There's towers now close to it. This is like, you can't even escape this now. It's crazy. I say there's no towers in Toronto, but there's sort of the big boom ones, right? And I bet there'll be a tower soon. You know, it's only a matter of time, and this is why the Orgonite is not enough. A few of us running around with Orgonite, well, the whole world is freaking microwaved, you know, day in and out. We need to stop the problem. And again, it gets more serious day by day. The health business gets more serious day by day because people's health gets worse and worse. and all of us who are involved have seen it. And I've been in a relatively short time compared. Everybody has seen the downside. You don't need stats. You don't need proof. So, you know, the most recent person asked me about the Orgonite was asking, how do I know? I don't know these things. I think these things, right? And I see these things, and I don't want to be near human populations in general because it's gotten so bad, and because any human population is bound to have a tower at this point. But we need to participate in this conversation at a you know, huge level. And there's a lot of people that are being bitter on the internet, and I advise them to take their strategy a little bit more seriously, and you know, complaining about it isn't really going to help. I think we're going to win this by spreading positivity, and the Orgonite is a good sign. It is, especially since these are purchasable items, you know, so this is us doing something, participating in something, largely posting about it on the internet to spread it, and you know, physically accomplishing something. And if that's even a little thing, like I usually wear crystals. I have enough around me right now. I feel protected. But even wearing them out in public, people ask about them. Why do you wear them? And you know, just having that conversation about energy, about frequencies, about, you know, the positive solutions that we have in mind for the problems in the world. This is how we're going to change things. I believe the only way that we're going to change things. And again, why? Because go and take a bulldozer and knock these towers down. And I've said it before, there's going to be a work crew there fixing the tower or putting a new one up before you're fingerprinted. Right? Before you're processed. If you're not just taken down. And I think your life is worth more than that. I think my life is worth more than that. And this is why we say to live for revolution, live for change, not die for it, right? I don't want to advocate doing stupid things that are going to put yourself in danger and that are not going to accomplish much, because even if we all take down towers again, they're going to be right back up because they have the money, right? And the money is not being given to them even by us, it's being given by the wider world. But remember, I mean, this is a wave here. A lot of these people that are paying into the system are not going to survive. And I don't mean that even in just like a negative, like everybody's going to die. I mean, a lot of these people are old. A lot of them are old and they're on their last leg, and they're going to be exiting this economic wheelhouse. And a lot of them are the ones that are supporting the old telecommunication systems. And, you know, I think us younger generations, we can definitely demand different systems and easily acquire them, you know, especially in the tech age. We will come up with the engineering solutions. You don't need to be an engineer for that. You need to be a conscious consumer, but it's more than just buying with the dollar. It's also participating in the online strategy. It's to you know, tell people about this. It's living it in a way where, you know, there is no, people know that you take it seriously. You know, people aren't joking with you about this. This is what the tower is about. I mean, I've got some huge accounts that are following me. They might even watch this video. I mean, I hope so, because again, we definitely also don't want to seem like it's about pushing products. I sell products. I got lots of products that I think people should take, you know, regularly every day for the rest of their lives. That you should strap on you, that you should, you know, Orgonite, you should buy these things. But this isn't a commercial, you know, message. Those of us running these accounts, you know, have a responsibility. And I think anybody running a personal account who is a conscious consumer has a responsibility to even present themselves in a way that, you know, can possibly wake up the other people around you, especially because they tend to be people that you love, right? And a lot of the other questions that I get, you know, like about Orgonite and all these things is really how do we fix this? How do we solve this? And we definitely don't solve this by alienating the people we love, right? We tend to want us to help the people that we love. So we do have to pay attention to how we're spreading this message. And I hope this doesn't even feel like rambling. I just feel like as soon as I got an opportunity to get attention here, and if it's about Orgonite, it's great. It doesn't matter, because as soon as we get that opportunity, we can finally have a conversation about what we do about it. And you notice that's every video should go back to that. What are we actually here for? What do we actually care about? Do you care about Orgonite, or do you care about, you know, reducing the effects of electromagnetic pollution? And if you care about reducing the effects of this radiation and stuff, then I mean, we need to talk about stopping the problem. And it's more than just draining the swamp. You know, it's more than, it's not a politician's issue. This is a consumer issue, and I think we can make a huge amount of noise about the towers, and everybody can participate in that. And this video is long enough, but I'm going to even give some suggestions. Now, we can boost this account that we have, towers are coming. We can create other accounts. I've seen some other ones. Now, believe me, it's a lot of work. I think it's a good idea to have a few of them that are well curated to draw attention to it. And I think that everybody should be advertising more on their own personal Instagrams and even the big accounts, what they're spending their money on. Show them what you're spending your money on. You don't need to focus on what you're not spending your money on. Focus on what you're spending your money on. If it's Orgonite, tell them, tell your people that I'm doing this, I bought this, here's why. It might not be the answer, but it's a step in the direction that I want to take and a conversation that I want to have with my people. And you will have people message you. You will have conversations started. And we can start a lot of conversations, and trust me, there's a lot of good people in government. There's a lot of good people in the everyday workforce, in the army. You know, there's people who, once they start realizing how bad it is out there, they have a change of heart. And, you know, with that ricochet effect, with the 5G, with everything like this, and again, in the health world, I know that people are noticing it. People are noticing their families are really, really not doing well. And they're now concerned. So we didn't want it to get this bad, really, but if we do hit some type of critical point where, you know, everybody's just crazy sick and you know, nobody can show up to work and that kind of stuff, then for a lot of people it's going to be too late, but it gives us a lot of leverage in the real world to really do something and really have actual public conversations, especially with the business people out there, because there's a few names that even you can think of right now, mega billionaires, that could just kind of say, okay, you know what, boom, legacy, I'm going to do this. We don't know what that move is going to be, but it is only going to happen if we have a respectable movement. So I'm done with that. But Orgonite, I just want to keep in mind, everybody, it's great to focus on solutions, but Orgonite is one piece, right? And there's some people that I'm in contact with that are doing it right. I mean, they are promoting positivity and solutions and not focusing on the negativity. But there is more than Orgonite. So thanks, everybody. Let me know if there's anything else that I can cover. I'll do another video.